I know you got your options, so pick the right thing. Some choices to make and mad ruckus to bring. I'm just hooked on it, dark bodies who want it. I don't know where you got your skills from, jump off it. Bring it on, any opponent or contender. No one can stop this with guns and objects. As far as I'm concerned, yo, it's only one topic. Join the street fighters from bare hands to toxic. You're an average warrior, I'll be the master. I can teach you how to fight and move faster. One false move, kid, that'd be disaster. I'll beat you endless and continue the day after. Street Fighter 3, that's right, the third chapter. This game's for real, no lies or no actors. Pick your character, don't wanna represent your life. You stomping anybody, so make your choice right.
Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, one box could leave you messed up and fractured. Block these uppercuts, they made.
Always been amazing.
Yeah.
They always one up my expectations every time.
Yeah, we've done a lot with not a lot. But yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so before I completely lose it, I'm actually going to call my mom and have her talk to you about what it was like to do Oregon in pizza places, because I know that this is an actual thing.
You shouldn't bother her right now, Steve. It's fine.
Okay, fine.
Late. Lara Cross. Never heard of it.
Hey, Mom, so, like, apparently, I realize that this is something that maybe doesn't fly for other people, but, you remember when we used to eat pizza in an Oregon place? Like, apparently that was just completely just a yeah, it was Oregon, it was pipes and pizza, right? But, like, you would go into basically a room. You would order like 2 or 3 pizzas. It was a pizza parlor. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mom. But also, you played the organ, right?
Yeah, but I wasn't good enough to play in a pizza parlor.
Oh.
No, I mean, pretty good. Because sometimes people will come by, can you play this or that? And they could usually do it unless it's super stupid.
But this was a thing that we would do, I would say what? We would go to the organ and pizza place like once a month almost, right?
Like to take kids.
Yeah, and then there was like animatronics and little puppets.
Oh, just fucking Christ.
Oh, okay. Mom. Okay, my mom's swearing, so now we're going to say, thank you, Mom. They didn't believe me that it was a real thing, not the people that I'm with right now, but it was other people in my chat, and I know that they're still here. So thank you, Mom. I love you. I'm also watching the same game. Bye. Okay, bye. No, it was other people in chat. I'm gonna find this article, Pizza and Pipes. Oh, it was even popular in, like, Wisconsin.
I bought these remasters as well, RB, but I haven't played them yet.
Was I pinged like 5 times on Discord? Oh.
Hey, Brain, are you muted?
Absolutely not. I was just
By the way,
too busy thinking about Lara Croft Tomb Raider.
If you had tried that ramp jump while facing the direction you were trying to land up onto, I'm pretty sure you probably could have done it.
Yeah, but then I would have to backflip.
Yeah, the backflip is amazing in this game.
Yeah, but then I'd have to switch controls. There we go.
I guess you theoretically, yeah.
There we go.
That's pro gaming.
Enjoy your pro gaming. Yeah. So anyway, welcome to my dark twisted fantasy.
Woman
Of-
pushing block.
A woman pushing a block.
Yeah.
Pokemon puzzles.
Sokoban.
Okay, now what if this woman had big claw hands and she was missing her lower jaw?
Uh-huh.
And she spoke like she was a Shakespearean actor.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Tony J was there.
Uh-huh.
You can also put this in old graphics too, can't you? Or no?
Yep.
Yeah, even mid cutscene.
Yeah.
Or mid loading screen even.
Yeah, okay. You're selling me on what if instead of Tomb Raider this was Soul Reaver.
But also Tomb Raider's cool.
But the problem is, unlike Soul Reaver, Tomb Raider is successful.
Fuck you.
Listen,
Semi-successful.
It lasted for a minute.
I know that I actually believe the remasters of Soul Reaver 1 and 2 did all right. But, you know, it's one of those things where, like, these Tomb Raider remasters sold very well. Surprising no one.
It's sold enough that they remastered the bad games.
The bad ones, too. Which, I have that, too. Don't worry, America.
You know, actually, after seeing that you're able to switch between remastered and classic in the loading screens, I tried doing that in the cutscenes in Halo 2 Anniversary when I was playing it yesterday. And yeah, you can go back and forth, which is super weird because it changes the entire audio mix. And also, a lot of those cutscenes are completely different.
Yeah, they
direction
redid
standpoint.
the cutscenes
It's really weird going back and forth.
in Halo 2 Anniversary. Yeah, Soul Reaver. God, Soul Reaver's so good. I mean, the actual video game part of that video game is kind of perfunctory.
Oh, I like the first one a lot.
Yeah, the first one's like a decent, like... I think
Soul Reaver 2 is just that combat forever, and it's just not good.
Soul
combat.
Reaver 2 is, hey man, it's an action-adventure game. TM.
I remember liking the first one better, but it's been a
Yeah.
while.
Thankfully, 2 is like 5 hours long.
Yeah.
I thought Soul Reaver 2 was just sexual tension.
Yeah, it's also that, and it's the other thing that Soul Reaver 2 is it's them trying to retcon Blood Omen to make more sense as the original game. It's good though.
It's all good. I'm glad we didn't get that. I don't remember if you
Dead
guys
Sun?
remember yeah, Dead Sun. That vertical slice demo that was leaked
From
years and years ago.
the what's his name, the Her Story
Robotnik
guy.
Something.
Yeah. From Her Story Man.
Wait, the Her
Yeah,
Story
it-
Man was involved in...
Yes, he was
Kane?
he was in charge of the canceled Legacy of Kain game.
Huh.
That eventually became Nosgoth.
But yeah, there was a whole new Soul Reaver game that, as far as I could tell, didn't really have anything to do with anything else in
No,
the universe.
it was going to be like a reboot.
Yeah, but
and also, like, I believe he's like, we're gonna get rid of all the time travel stuff because that's too confusing for the audience. And it's like, no, you fuckhead, you don't get it.
Yeah, but like the entire concept it looked cool until you realized that, like, okay, what's actual gameplay like if you're able to just go back and forth between material and immaterial planes so fast? Like, how is anything like? I guess you could theoretically, if they had done it years later, they could have theoretically followed something like
SSD stuff,
Guacamelee.
Yeah,
but at the time it was just like, ugh.
Oh. See, Breath of the Wild Soul Reaver, I'm not against the idea. The problem is, it would be the Embracer Group doing it.
He could already glide. Fuck Link.
Yeah. But the problem is...
I haven't played as Link at all recently. Played as Adol, I played as Jack Frost, played as Sailor Moon.
Who knows the Link? Never heard of
There's
him.
no such thing as Link.
No.
You play as Zelda, right? That's what those games are about?
Ooh.
Exactly.
You do in the most recent one.
That's true, I forgot about that.
Yeah, everyone forgot about that game.
And the best CDI
because
game, of
people have a bias against 2D Zelda.
I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like people have been going crazy over 2D Zeldas for decades.
It sure does feel like Echoes of Wisdom, though. People really just left
didn't
that
quite
game.
hit, no.
Yeah, it seems like it did not hit. Which is a shame, because I thought it seemed cool. But I wonder if it's... And it's also interesting because it's basically like Grezzo being allowed to do some weird shit with their Zelda games.
Well, I remember, I think also maybe it's just more recent stuff. Maybe people just don't like their art style, because...
I like the way that Link's Awakening remake looks.
Yeah, I know, but there was also a big contingent of people who seemed to fucking hate it, which I think is crazy. I think the tilt shift stuff looks great. I'd love to play
better
that.
But not as good as Link Between Worlds. God, Link Between Worlds. No, that's a video game. And that's a video game that, I don't know, if one were to port it to some sort of console, would not actually require that much work.
Here, we'll get a 4DS one day.
No, we don't even need a 3DS. Like, the 3D stuff in that game could easily... Because by the time that came out, the 2DS was out, so they couldn't rely on that for a gameplay.
I've played a bunch of stuff in the 3DS. I have never once, at any point during the hundreds of hours I spent with my 3DS, ever turned on the 3D stuff.
See, that's coward talk.
Not even when you play Dead or Alive Extreme
Dimensions?
3D?
No, I just looked up hentai at that point and just got the job done that way.
I
Hentai
legitimately
means
have
pervert.
that game, it's totally fine.
Sure.
It's got Fame Douglas in it.
I mean, isn't it just DOA 4? Like, it's just a port of DOA 4 or 3?
It's basically a port of DOA 4, except it retells the story of DOA 1 and actually tries to tell a story, but that doesn't mean anything because there's barely a story.
Fame Douglas.
Yeah, Fame Douglas.
There's not anything you can shimmy to here, is there?
I don't think so.
I mean, I also
that
bought
jump
Street
doesn't
Fighter
seem
3D.
possible.
Yeah, I don't think that jump is possible.
And you can't push that block down.
No.
Ugh.
Because
So
this
you guys
isn't
been
a
in
good
arcade
video game
pit?
like Soul Reaver.
Yeah, we did quite well. Rio nailed all of their gameplay sections.
Oh, nice job, Rio.
Except
I saw
Except
your
Tetris.
shameful display as Luigi.
yeah.
Was that was that Kaizo?
That's
like,
a ROM. No, it's a ROM hack of Super Mario Land 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sure looked like I was like, but all these colors, what the fuck? What am I
Yeah,
looking
it's
at?
a
feel like
ROM hack of Super Mario Land 2.
I feel like I got the most lucky beating Smite run ever.
Yeah. Given that your
Like,
controller didn't
my
work.
controller got turned off because it turned off by itself. I didn't notice.
We
And
did not
then-
play a Mega Man.
Yeah, I beat him in Super Mario Kart.
Yeah, you beat Smite in Super Mario Kart, which
I immediately recognized that screenshot of Lufia.
I mean, I
instantly, and I just went, "They're not gonna get it," and nobody got it.
yeah.
I
What the
did
fuck
play
is a
Lufia, but
Lufia?
It's been so long.
That's that's fair. What is a Lufia?
Lufia D Monkey?
Was there
Lufia
even,
2, Rise
was
Rise
there
of the
even a Mega
Sinistral.
Man actually? Could we have? I don't think we could have picked the Mega Man. Weirdly enough.
Yeah. We did not get any Mega Man games.
No Mega Man games.
Yeah.
I
did
would
make
challenge
I
Smite
did
and
make
Mega
a
Man.
joke.
That's the
I'm curious.
that's the way to die.
I didn't hear this part. I didn't hear either your Parasite Eve question or apparently a Warcraft 3 question that you answered before he finished the question. What was that?
Oh, there's the quiz, and it's like, in the Undead campaign of Reign of Chaos, what is the last city? What is the city that the last mission takes place in? And I'm like, Dalaran!
Yeah.
I tuned in for like a few bits here and there, but I tuned in right at that happening, and I was just laughing. Like Warcraft 3, it's like, of course,
Yeah.
to pick that.
It's not a deep cut.
I feel like I missed a lot.
I was on Arcade Pit. Rio and I were on Arcade Pit.
Yeah. I saw that, but I
And
couldn't
we
get
won.
the stream.
And we won.
Congratulations.
Uh,
was unable to
I
finish.
admittedly a lot of that was just because we got the lucky spaces. We got
that's
both
half of
hidden
victory is
point
luck.
doublers. But you know,
Sometimes you got the luck, and sometimes you
Lionheart claims Lufia is one of the best JRPGs ever. If it's one of the best JRPGs ever, then why don't I know what its name is?
Because it didn't really ever come to the 5th gen, really. Like, there was a Game Boy Color game. I think there was a Game Boy Advance game, but it kind of
There's a
died.
SNES
most of
game,
the
right?
NES. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Lufia and Lufia 2 Rise of the Sinistrals. The second one is particularly beloved.
Yeah, the second one is a prequel.
And
to-
on, I think it might be on Switch Online. That's why I know it.
Lufia D Monkey.
I know there were 2 games that say like Sinistrals or something like that, and yeah,
both
I think the
both of
second
them
game-
basically involve the Sinstrels.
Yeah, they're the baddies. The first game basically starts with you playing the big heroes. Basically start off with super.
Oh, I'm gonna bet it's timed. And that's why.
Not my best Tetris play though. I made it through it.
I mean,
Yeah, that's
you
not
weren't
your
allowed
fault.
to rotate.
You weren't allowed to rotate.
I was like, maybe if I just go fast, that's what my strategy was at one point.
And then Emily yelled at you.
Well, I know she's good at Tetris. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, usually she's allowed to
puzzle
rotate,
game.
I assume.
yeah. But the only one who got rotated was you, Rio.
Rotation.
When, yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
Where the fuck do I go?
That's kind of the
It's
problem.
up
with
there.
Tomb Raider.
How do I get up
sometimes, I think.
there?
especially the second game. I feel like they're definitely level.
I feel like that's just
Where
this
do
whole
I need to
generation
go?
of video games. There's tons of
that's-
games where it's like, where the fuck do I go?
I mean, that's this genre in general. Like, puzzle, action, platformers. Always
mean,
gonna
you
have a spot where you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
You should think about this like a Hexen or a Doom 2. This is a key hunt. At some point, something happens somewhere, and now somewhere else, somewhere in the entirety of this video game, is the path that you can go, but there's no hint as to where you need to go. Just keep looking around. Keep trying to make jumps.
I didn't have.
Right, you got this.
Yeah.
Which,
I
by
believe
the
you
way,
can eventually, I can't believe you can eventually stumble upon the right hallway with the right button.
I have recently done a little bit of looking up, a cursory lookup. I spent about 5 minutes trying to figure out the earliest possible reference of "You Got This" / "We Got This," and seems to be from the Eminem movie from the early aughts, Mile 8.
Yeah, that
So you
checks
can
out.
thank
Really?
Eminem. 8 Mile?
Isn't it
Was that what
8
it's called?
Mile?
Sure.
Yeah.
Mile 8 or 8 Mile. One of
8
those
Mile.
two.
If you keep saying those words back to back, you'll eventually get the name right.
8 Mile.
8 Mile.
Sure.
That's where
I've
Mom's
never watched
Spaghetti
it,
comes
8
from.
Mile, 8 Mile, 8 Mile,
But
8
you
Mile.
can thank / blame Eminem for "We Got This."
I bet he heard it somewhere else before.
All right.
Actually, knowing what that story is, probably not. Isn't it a lot of people just telling him he doesn't got it?
I hope.
I think that's where Mom's spaghetti came from.
Yeah. I don't know, I've never seen 8 Mile. I just assume it's a lot of his mom saying, "You're never gonna accomplish anything, eat your fucking spaghetti."
Okay, so it's right here. How do I get up here?
Can you jump?
I think I do have to jump.
But can you jump up that thing right there?
I cannot climb the pole.
No, but like, can you go? There's like a space where you can jump off the wall and onto the other side. At least that's the thing in Tomb Raider Anniversary. I don't know if that mechanic goes this far back.
I don't think you can jump out of the boat.
No.
I think it's you just go down to the water.
Yeah.
Jump out of the water.
Yeah. No, I cannot. You can only climb out of the...
This isn't Mario.
Yeah. You can only climb out of the water. You cannot jump out of the water. Alas.
I do like the PS1.
Are you telling me that Laura's jumping physics aren't as unrealistic as her boobs?
They're... Maybe I do have to do that.
I mean, there are a lot of pixel-perfect jumps in Tomb Raider.
Because, yeah, some of the jumps in these games is...
That's a pretty wild one. So we're absolutely sure you can't push that block down, though?
We can try. I couldn't push down block. I think the reason I pushed the block was so that I could do this. And have this easy. Is there any boobs of helium?
I don't suppose you can stand on this railing.
You can
probably not, because in the original it's probably
there?
2D.
Yeah, I've been trying to jump over here. Alas.
Yeah, even by Tomb Raider standards, because of that thing in the way there. You might have been able to do this without the railing, but...
Yeah.
Can you climb over it and hang off the other side and
no,
go
I cannot.
Jump? Okay.
The railing... Alright, Senor GameFAQs, it's time to go.
Hey, want me to look?
I'm looking it up.
GameFAQs, you're my only hope.
I just want to let you know that as soon as I typed in Tomb Raider 2, the first thing that came up was Venice level.
Fantastic.
Yep, that's about right.
I vaguely recall this level being notoriously slick.
Cowards.
So I'm not sure if you guys heard this, but a little while ago, while trying to adjust my chair basically just went completely like 360 degrees forward and flew all over the place.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was actually quite a shock. I ended up on the floor. I thought, you know what? I took this pretty well. I'm totally fine. And I looked to the right and my hand's bleeding. It's like, oh boy, that ain't good.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but it's alright. I have a first aid kit right here.
Did you, okay, you mended it. Good.
I just need a bandage.
It's not a shimmy. You can... It looks like you can climb a part of that wall.
Yep.
That's what I think I was trying to remember. So you basically, from the ground, you need to be...
Oh, I see. Right, I can climb there.
Oh, yeah, you climb there. It's a different wall.
Okay.
See, in the original game, it would have been a lot more clear, but in these new fancy graphics.
And he's had the original graphics up a couple times.
What are the graphics?
Does it look more climbable in original graphics?
No.
I think it's more obvious because the lighting is not as intense.
Craggy, I guess.
Looks
more pixels.
It's so slow.
Oh.
Yeah, so you could have also grabbed that from the ground.
Uncharted. I'm being all uncharted. Actually, Arbitrary Water, Uncharted just stole all of the climbing stuff from Tomb Raider.
I mean, Uncharted did a lot of this. It was just faster.
Yeah, because they had Blu-rays.
Yeah, Uncharted was basically Tomb Raider with,
So, other than Uncharted, I'm trying to now think. You know, I mean, like I have said, like Tomb Raider was really goddamn important, especially for like solving the whole problem of like how do you get these 3D worlds
Okay,
and
I see.
have them cooperate with cameras back in the day. I'm trying to think of like what were the Tomb Raider clones back in the day.
Redguard.
Just picked up there.
I don't think there were
Redguard,
that many of them, to be honest.
Heavy
Oh,
Metal
there were.
Fact. Heavy Metal Fact probably 2.
I have Heavy Metal Fact 2.
Does Blasto count?
Drakan, Order of the Flame.
There's not much. No.
Death
there-
Trap
is there
Dungeon.
I mean, Deathtrap Dungeon
Are
is
there-
just IDOS not understanding.
Drakan does
mean,
not have this kind
to
of
be-
platforming.
So like but here's the actual. I think this is a better question. Do we get like Soul Reaver without this game?
I think so.
I don't think so.
To a degree, like even.
It's always
there's
working
obviously
before or
an
after
Indiana
Ocarina of Time.
Jones game.
Soul Reaver was 99.
Yeah, versus 96.
And
Based on
Ocarina-
the turnaround times at the time.
And
yeah.
Ocarina of Time was 98, so... See, know what I appreciate about, like, game facts? Is,
They're just text files?
they're just text files, or they're HTML guides, and they have screenshots in them.
Just keep
I've
it
actually
easy.
never seen one of those.
Oh, nice.
But again, every game I play seems to be from like 20 years ago. So.
It depends on how popular the game is.
That was a good jump.
What is
Okay.
Prince of Persia 3D like?
Oh, it's terrible.
Is that a Tomb Raider?
Yes.
But is that a
Oh,
Tomb
the
Raider?
fucking
Yes,
the
and it's
Dreamcast
terrible.
game.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Dreamcast version is considered easier than the PC version. But here's the thing is you can't save mid-level. Okay, I see what we're going to have to do here.
Yes, but also, Braden, the Dreamcast version of the game you're playing on a controller, whereas the PC version you have to play on a keyboard.
I'm pretty sure.
What if I told you that I had been considering streaming
You
Prince of
jump all the way
Persia
back
3D?
here.
Be my guest.
Can you jump from all the way at the back?
Yeah.
Braden?
Wait,
Back
you
back.
have that Dreamcast. How's that Dreamcast doing these days, Braden?
It's
Yeah, you broke
Well-
your neck.
PS Vita.
You know, I don't know if Jeff put Prince of Persia 3D on that Dreamcast.
I don't see why he would. Jeff seems to enjoy good times.
That's his problem. That's
Can you drop down to that?
No.
There.
I'm
Is it
pretty
just like
sure
an
you-
SD
you
card thing
can't
to get
hold
to
that,
that
or no?
Dreamcast?
the Dreamcast I have just has a hard drive on it, and I could absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna survive that jump, Braden.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
guys
say,
just like
jump
plug
off
the
the-
hard
drop
drive,
off the-
plug it into a
drop
PC, and
off
put what
the-
you want on it.
Hold on. Drop off the left side of it.
Yeah. Oh, I fucked up.
Oh no.
My muscle memory. That's why I save in 2 slots.
Nice.
Yep. Primary and alternate.
But no, the other side of that red platform.
Yep, I see.
The bottom platform extends further.
Good enough.
Yeah, that works.
Love it when games force you to take damage.
Well, I mean, you could have dropped down and saved.
The old
Take that, stock
just
dog
ammo?
sounds.
Is your pistol ammo not unlimited in this
Oh
one?
no, I'm using the machine pistols,
Oh.
which are a separate weapon from the pistols.
Okay. They're. Well, they were in Anniversary. I have not played these original ones. I mean, I played a little bit of Tomb Raider 1 a long, long, long time ago.
There's never been a better time.
What? Oh, video
what's
game.
going on? Did it glitch out?
She's
the
shooting
game
you in the-
glitch?
He's shooting you in the back. Uh-oh.
I might
Good
have
stuff.
I might have broken the game.
Uh-oh.
It's fine.
You're not supposed to be here, Laura.
We got the bat.
We got the bat! The
You ain't
Joker's
never
gonna
seen
be
no
happy at me!
Happy at you?
Yeah.
Joker's crazy.
It's weird to say that I was disappointed in the second game of that series.
No.
No. City is not especially good.
I like City.
Arkham City's good, it's just, the problem is, it is a less tight experience.
It's not.
It's
Arkham Asylum, one of the best games of its generation, of
Yeah.
all time.
Yeah.
I mean, when City came out, like, open world fatigue hadn't quite set in. At least for most people.
Yeah.
And I think that plays a lot in its favor in 2011.
Yeah.
The game, was it?
I was thinking a lot about,
Yeah. I liked it a lot when it was new.
I was thinking a lot about, Razbutton put out his annual video. He put out a video, and he kind of talked about, like, it's kind of, the video is about kind of criticism around Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, video game. And, you know, like, saying, like, by virtue of the best games are also kind of bad in spots. And it's basically talking about how, like, a lot of the reasons why Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are so loved is because they're so ambitious. But because they're so ambitious, there are going to be things about them that can never be, you know, without problem. So on and so forth. And the one takeaway I got from that, other than I think his point is generally pretty solid, especially in regards to, like, a lot of the games people consider to be the best are also maybe the ones that have, like, weird flaws that, depending on how, is when people talk about a lot, when the mainstream consensus, quote unquote, talks a lot about the best of all time, a lot of them are big fucking open world games.
I mean, of the past, like, 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, for the past 10 to 15 years, yeah.
The big exception being, like, Titanfall 2.
God, what a...
People don't like Titanfall 2, Justin.
You're wrong about that. People fucking love Titanfall 2. The 12 people that played it do.
Yeah,
no, I think I'm right. As someone who loves Titanfall 2, people did not love Titanfall 2.
Yeah, the plebeians didn't.
One day I'll play Titanfall 2.
I feel like everyone who has actually sat down and played it has loved it. It's just that, like, the concept of a linear 6-hour first-person shooter was so done by the time Titanfall 2 came out that anybody who would have, you know, loved it in that particular style's heyday just probably didn't.
I think
really care to try
Titanfall
another
2
one.
single player is immaculate.
It is.
And I think the multiplayer was the most fun I had playing a multiplayer shooter since, like, Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, Frontier Defense is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frontier Defense.
Yeah, I mean, I played it. I played it in its heyday, so yes, the actual multiplayer was also fun. I do feel like the smart pistol maybe still was a little bit overpowered.
But it's a
also
kill
shotguns.
streak reward.
Yeah, this time. In the original game, it wasn't. Fuck. Have you ever messed with North Star?
Why are you killing this guy's dog?
Yeah, I played North Star. North Star was my Titan.
No, the fucking alternate client
Oh.
to play it multiplayer.
No, I have not.
What's that
Because,
client called?
so here's the thing, is I played Titanfall 2 with a controller on PS4.
Oh.
The thing about playing Titanfall 2 on PC with the people who are still playing Titanfall 2 on PC? No.
Yeah, it's fine.
No. Okay, there was nothing inside this giant fireplace?
Just your death.
Apparently not.
Smoking Lara butt.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lone Life has a good point. Like Titanfall 2 coming out after
Doom
2016 did not help it.
Yeah.
And also, like, ever since then, I feel like basically every successful single-player shooter has been one of those.
Kinda, yeah.
I don't-
It also
is
didn't, you know,
Wolfenstein-
the actual reason Titanfall failed was because they put it out between Battlefield and Call of Duty. Because EA is a poorly run company who hates
Everyone?
hates everyone, but specifically hates basically anything they own or create that is not fucking Madden or FIFA.
They hate anything that doesn't rake in record-breaking profits every year.
Oh, so they hate everything they make.
Yeah,
Yeah.
except for college football. Because
No one
that,
Yeah, they don't have to pay for
the
rights
games they make,
that.
apparently.
because you know, when college
I'm not
football
playing.
came back, that was the highest selling game of last year. College football was the highest selling game of last year. More than Call of Duty.
Eat everything?
More than Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Football.
Yeah. Because, you know, there
Oh,
hadn't
wow.
been an NCAA football game in years because of, you know, all of the lawsuits. Yeah, I'm ready for Skate 4. Where's Skate 4? Damn, EA!
4's gonna
You
bring
keep putting out unplayable garbage, but where that Skate 4 at?
I mean, technically, they have released Skate 4, this beta
Yeah.
thing that they've allowed you to play.
Skate 4. Skate
Is-
4 will bring my father back. Skate 4 will end
Oh
ISIS.
boy.
Gus,
Don't make me get emotional again.
I'm sorry, I just
Okay.
love that.
With A.
Oh.
I know that there's a specific streamer who will go unnamed that like built up the myth of Skate. Skate's not a great fun time. Like those early Skate games were tough.
You get on the chandelier.
Yeah, no, I got it. I just
gonna be
needed
better
to
platform.
some of like okay video game. Had to change the camera before
I'm curious. And the remake of this, did they give her boobs jiggle?
no.
Good on them.
It's running on the original.
Yeah,
engine.
no,
They
it's
had to match it up.
it's a graphical
And the PS
It's
PS1
basically a
could do
graphical
that,
overlay.
yeah.
as we know from Dead or Alive.
Probably couldn't do that and produce these complex 3D
You think-
geometries.
You think this was like?
Yeah, probably not. It worked in that because it was just a fighting game.
Do you think this was an Umbrella property? Because this has strong Resident Evil house. vibes
Yeah.
to all the
I mean,
everything happening
so
here.
like when you, yeah. I mean, we've talked about this. Like, in order to create these platforming adventure games, you have to have like level design in places where it's very illogical to have level design in them. Like, the big thing that I always kind of think about is how many of these goddamn Prince of Persia tombs have fucking saws going through the walls? Like, what is this tomb? Why is this? Why would anyone
Verisimilitude
do
is
this?
overrated.
Up until the 7th generation, a whole lot of level design was more a suggestion of something than like an actual realistic representation of it.
Also, I think like Prince of Persia is like all mythology at some point. I'm fully okay
Listen,
with
the
that.
ancient Persians loved wall saws.
Yeah. Architect
Xerxes was just all about them. It's the reason he won.
Snakes.
Listen, Cyrus the Great commissioned 1,000 wall saws.
You know, some say that the Persians beat the Spartans at the Battle of Thermopylae just by going around the pass and pincering them.
They put wall saws
giant wall
in the pass.
Yeah, it was a smart idea.
So the Spartans had to constantly duck while fighting.
Yeah, they got fucking worked.
And that's why they
But also they deserved it.
yeah. I mean,
Anyway,
listen,
the reason-
and here's the secret: is all ancient powers are immoral, and
Oh yeah, all powers.
yeah, all
Anyway.
all
Burn
government,
it all down.
all governments are evil inherently. All organization of power.
Yeah,
Everyone,
yeah,
let's join
them
our
out.
semi-autonomous commune. Me and my polycule are
Oddly specific.
Yep.
Sorry. Let me commission a stag skull mask for you, and then we'll.
no, it's not that kind of commune. It's the other kind of commune, Relkin. It's
You want me to get notes from Jared Leto?
No, it's the commune where eventually we all break up with each other, and that's why it fails.
I forget what was the weird.
And make it work.
What was the weird silverware company whose origins was they started out as a utopian
That's right. I remember
society?
this.
It's Oneida.
Yeah, it's
the
Oneida
Silverware Company.
Yeah,
like they still exist. But
yeah. They started
they
out
started
as a
as-
utopian commune,
they
which
believed in
included
utopia, and,
free love, but it
and
was
great
the 18.
potatoes.
It was the 18 something.
Yeah, and they were like, well, we still have to work within the confines of American society. What are we going to do? What if we were really good at making spoons, knives, and forks?
Brayden, I just want to say I'm really deeply disappointed that you just let my Orida joke go
I know.
by.
I was aware of it. I acknowledge it.
How often do you get Idaho-based humor?
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but quite a bit. Because people hear that
Not
and then
here.
they're like, haha, potato.
I will say this: I do like me some Idaho potatoes.
Yeah. Where do you're I don't know if Five Guys still does this, but Five Guys would always have the sign where they would tell you where their potato fries came from.
Also,
Somehow not been to a Five Guy.
you've still not been to one. The price has definitely gone up, but man, you can load those burgers up with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Five Guys is very good. They're also not cheap.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is that A, they make them right there, and then B, there's a almost overwhelming amount of customizability with the burgers. Like, you want ketchup? Do you want your onions grilled, or do you want them fresh?
Yep.
Do you want jalapenos?
I
do
get-
you want this? Do you want that?
Yeah, I get lettuce, tomato,
And
grilled
even
onion.
asking for everything isn't actually everything you can get on that burger.
Yeah. I
will
get
just say, as I
lettuce,
learned the
tomato,
hard
grilled
way.
onion, green peppers, and A1, and that's my.
I don't like ketchup on burgers or hot dogs, and that's not like I'm not like a weird. I'm not like someone who thinks like, oh my god, you eat ketchup on your hot. I just don't like sweet stuff on grilled meats.
Glad you caught
With
yourself there,
barbecue
'cause
sauce.
I
you
mean,
are-
I prefer mustard.
Yeah.
Also, Rio, I've never been to a Five Guys either. It's fine. There are tons of other burger joints out there. And
I'm gonna say
you've
something.
had something that is
Local burger
effectively
place.
identical to it.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna offend anyone who's ever been to In-N-Out.
Go ahead.
One word of warning.
It's
Rio,
just fucking Burger King.
Do
Yeah,
you
sure
or your
is.
partner have a?
It's just
peanut
fucking
allergy?
Burger King. It's always just been fucking Burger King.
Rio, do you or your partner have a peanut allergy? Because that's the one thing to be careful about Five Guys. Is they're one of those places where there's like bags where you can just get free peanuts by the bag?
Nope. We're
Okay,
okay on
so-
peanuts.
But yeah, they allow you to take like a bag of peanuts for free.
Yeah.
What are you trying to?
Oh.
I guess
was
I
not
was
used
supposed
to
to
the-
move the chandeliers.
I was not used to the East Coast and Southern steakhouse thing when I went to, what was it? I went to Mississippi and then also fucking Florida, where you eat peanuts while you wait for your food and you just fucking throw them on
Yeah.
the floor.
You throw 'em on the floor.
I did
Godless
not know
savages.
that was a thing.
Yeah, that's just like that. What was that restaurant called in Wisconsin?
It was like I was just like shocked. It's like, wait, you
It was
just
called like
throw it on the
Longhorn
floor?
Steakhouse or something like that.
And then
Fucking peanuts
what?
everywhere.
Again, I've got family who live in Missouri.
Like a
They were
Texas
explaining to me,
Roadhouse
"Oh
or
no, it's
something,
good
maybe?"
because like you create a layer
Basically.
of peanuts, and that absorbs all of the stuff that you spill on the floor. So the floors are usually cleaner. And it's like,
Why are you spilling
bullshit.
shit on the floor constantly? What's
it's
wrong
like-
with you people?
I just remember
Toss the
going
shit
to
on
my
the ground.
first
This
true
is-
Texas steakhouse because again, my godfather married a woman from Texas, and it was just like peanut shells all over the floor, and it's like, are you sure this is a good steakhouse? This seems bad.
What people
There's-
eating,
I bet it was
eating
totally
like a
bored.
dog trying to kill a small rodent or something, just like shaking the ribs around in their mouth as hard as they can, sauce going everywhere.
But it was the best steak I had ever had in my entire life. Holy
I believe that. I think I've mentioned this before, but one of the best filet mignons I ever had was I think I mentioned that I am in the orbit of people like my brother-in-law's parents are let's say quite well off. And you know, at one point I think we were visiting them for reasons various. And you know, it's the kind of place where you go to the clubhouse and they just charge it to your account. You don't pay them there. It's one of
Pricey,
those. Yeah. Pretty good filet mignon. And yes, Lionheart, I will
so.
eat apples. I'm not Mikey. I'm not jacking off in a
Apples are good.
rainforest cafe.
Oh, Mike Minotti. I was gonna ask
Yeah.
what are you
Oh,
talking
okay.
about.
He
Mikey?
doesn't eat apples?
No, he has a weird like phobia,
He
and
hates
it's a
apples.
genuine
He doesn't
phobia
like-
of like.
Well, he doesn't
apples.
just. It's not just apples. He just doesn't like fruit.
How do you? First off, fruit is an important thing to eat. Secondly,
Yeah,
like,
that's.
how do you?
I don't know if I give that phobia thing a fuck. Like, give me a fucking.
Yeah,
No,
that's
he's
just-
like actively
That's an excuse.
repulsed by apples.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I am actively repulsed by broccoli. I do not have a phobia of broccoli.
Are you sure, Justin?
I'm quite certain.
Do you fear the broccoli?
I mean, I can't
No,
eat it, but I
do
wouldn't
not
say I have a
fear
phobia.
broccoli. I just think it tastes like shit.
It's fine. Just cover it in butter.
I mean, he's a Disney adult, right?
Still-
So
it's- Still
Yes,
sucks.
Mike
all
Minotti is a
tracks.
Disney adult. No, it yeah,
The whole family is, I think.
yeah,
Most of them.
yes. The
Love
entire
Disney.
Mitch Tolkota clan.
we're gonna grow up with vitamin deficiencies.
Yeah,
Eat
You know,
fruit.
sometimes you get scurvy. You just gotta live with it. There's no cure. No easy, accessible.
Yeah.
No way for me to stop to give me this. Okay, great.
it's fine.
Ah, the jaundice is in again.
He's a
But very funny.
the great yeah. He's fun to have around, but more importantly, the great thing about Mike Minotti is that he makes Dan Reichert look normal. And the true secret
Disagree.
is that here's the true secret, dear readers, is that Jeff Grubb is also weird. It's just
Right,
that
yeah.
because he is next to Mike Minotti and Dan Reichert, he seems normal by comparison. No, I cannot go back that way.
The ultimate strat. Seem normal just by being near wacky guys.
Yeah.
Even wackier.
Yeah, that's the secret. Okay, I see. That's where that, Okay, but where do I put the fucking key?
Keyhole.
Where's the keyhole?
Examine some of these walls. Every wall.
No, this isn't one of Chris's adventure games.
I mean, but it's a Tomb Raider.
It's like an adventure game, but there's also action.
So sometimes there's just a lot.
Action
on the
and
wall.
adventure. Action-adventure.
Oh, you mean every other video
Small
game?
worlds.
I could also look this up if you need me to.
I'm looking it up.
One good thing about having the arcade pit thing is now I have a bunch of other games I can play.
Yeah.
Thanks, Smite.
We've got a good ROM set.
Yeah, pretty solid. Unofficial ROM set found.
Okay, I see. I see where I need to go. Thank you, Senor GameFAQs. It's one of those top windows.
Yeah, they wanted to go up to the roof. Or to the attic, or whatever.
Yeah, I'm here for the puzzles, Dan. I'm here for the puzzles. Smack. Still one of the best comedic timing.
Yeah, I've been going back and watching some stuff.
Yeah. God.
I think I've
Fire
reminded
Boy, it's still
myself
really
how
good.
much
Fire
I truly
Boiled.
did. Yeah, I
Boiled.
think I really did find myself gravitating towards Giant Bomb East a lot.
Yeah.
During that era, definitely.
Yeah. Well, I like the Abby and the Austin Walker era.
Yeah. Austin was only there for a year. But
Yep,
man.
calendar year. Great. I mean, Contradiction is maybe the best thing they've done.
Yeah, he left an impact. Everyone, man, the amount of good people
Okay, I see. I see.
in
what
Giant
I-
Bomb over the years.
I have to share. I have to share this. I just got a DM from someone.
Uh-huh.
It is from a 1 GTX Forza.
Uh-huh.
Saying, I really don't want Giant Bomb to close, but please remember to keep talking to me on Twitter.
Oh.
No.
For those that don't know, GTX Forza is actually, he lives in Australia and is a Serbian immigrant, which explains the language barrier sometimes with his threads, and has been talking to me about his car enthusiasm, and also, man, that guy really likes making like his own little like mock RC cars. It's been good. I told him I would absolutely keep talking to him, by the way, but let's just say that what I've gotten is that as an English language learner, processing everything has been a little hard for him. So I had to
Any new language or just being in a place is tough.
Well, I mean, it's come up on the Discord is that there are people who just their sole consumption of Giant Bomb has been just I just listened to the podcast, and so the news has been slow for a lot of them.
Slowly
to get to.
proliferating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we've known that for a while that there's like a sizable amount of people who just listen to the podcast. They've never used the site. They just listen to the podcast. And they roll with the changes, but they want the podcast. And again,
no podcast.
No podcast.
888.
888 is that's a good podcast. It was very funny. I have not listened to a Giant podcast in like 2 years. It was very funny.
Yep.
Is there still the way to get it? I know the giant.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go into detail or like if I think that there's a link.
It's
Also,
legitimately just on the Discord if you scroll up.
if you don't want to talk about
I
it.
have
here.
it. No, so I have it. I can't give it to you because I don't have Nitro, and it's a file. It's a file for like a 2-hour podcast.
Yeah, didn't somebody put
Reki
it up on?
posted the audio file on our Discord.
Okay, cool.
Is it in general somewhere? Maybe if you scroll up a bunch?
Yeah, I believe it's in general somewhere.
Yeah, just search for one of Reki's posts, and in general, should be able to find it pretty easily.
I thought he posted the Internet Archive, which got taken down.
Yeah, the but he posted the audio file on our Discord, which did not go down.
Yeah, on the 29th. It's not actually that far up if you're just going to scroll.
That was the Internet Archive link that I saw.
No, it's before. It's just the file.
Yeah, it's just.
He said, "Got you, fam," and then something else.
Oh,
there you go. It's good. It's pretty short too. It's like 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I might take that
Risk
to listen
2
as
hours.
well.
that's
way
one
your
of
legs
that's one of
crumple
the
in
benefits
upon
of the
themselves
modern bombcast is
every
also
It's I work 12-hour shifts. So I'd have a lot of time to listen to podcasts.
I would imagine.
All I'm doing is, most of the time I'm actually just drawing because just me in the security guard booth. So I'm just with my laptop drawing, listening to Bombcast or whatever, which is pretty nice, actually.
Caught up in so many audiobooks.
Yep.
Okay, you're still in the ballroom, I think, right?
yeah. I'm wondering if there's a switch down here.
Oh, I think you were supposed to drop into the back of the chimney from that hole you saw.
Yeah. Was that what I was supposed to do?
Walk out to a ledge. At the other end, there's an opening in the back of the chimney. Drop into that hole to land in a pool below.
Okay.
It's okay. You're halfway through this level.
Oh.
I'm catching up with some of your comments in your chat. Sorry. So, Lionheart, I saw you reference Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I was in a bad movie club, and someone picked Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and I immediately called foul. It's like, you cannot pick a parody film for a bad movie club. That is cheating and not the spirit. And that person was very insistent that it counted.
Wait. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes is a parody film?
Yes.
What's it parodying?
Shitty B movies.
It's just a parody film of like Monster of the Week or monster disaster movies.
I think I saw a lock on the wall.
Yeah. I figured it out.
I'm so excited.
Wait, I don't know how you can watch that helicopter scene in that first Attack of the Killer Tomatoes movie and not realize it's a parody.
Wait, there's more than one?
Of course.
Do you mean...
Yeah. Yeah, it's a franchise.
Okay. So by parody, do you mean like the fact that it's basically just like a...
It's deliberately trying to be cheesy and schmaltzy.
Yeah, okay.
Like, just to... Maybe
like
maybe
Airplane
we forgot about this, but...
But Airplane's good.
Yeah,
good.
like Return of the Killer Tomatoes has George Clooney. Like pre-ER George Clooney, if I recall correctly.
Like,
we don't talk about Airplane 2.
You couldn't do Airplane, but you could do Airport.
Yeah, like the movies that Airplane is parodying.
Or Earthquake. I
'Cause,
believe both of those have George Kennedy in them.
Of course they do.
Man was also in the Dirty Dozen.
I mean, yeah, George Kennedy.
He did a lot of garbage, but he did some good stuff too.
Earthquake was a serious film, though,
Yeah.
like disaster drama film that then that was then a very long-lasting theme park attraction, Earthquake the Big One.
Oh, that's
in,
right.
Universal Studios.
That's right.
It was a good
Stop
ride. It
from
was
being garbage.
for a bad movie.
Yeah,
And then they
no,
changed
the
it to
blank movie
disaster.
comedies, Scary Movie, and such. Yeah, no, the parody movie got murdered by
All the other parody movies.
yeah,
Meet
I
the
mean-
The
Spartans.
Wayans brothers.
the Wayans brothers. Yeah.
The Wayans brothers took it out back and beat it with a club. for
Although let
12
us
years
be
straight.
fair, Leslie Nielsen was in a lot of shitty parody movies.
Yeah, he was in enough good ones though that I'm not going to blame him.
He was in Air. He was in the plane.
He was in maybe
Police Squad.
one of the best
Police
comedy
Squad.
television shows ever. Yeah,
Naked Gun.
man.
How are we feeling about Liam Neeson
Oh, what was that? Oh, Liam
Liam
Neeson.
Neeson.
in The Naked
that
Gun?
trailer, the bit at the end with OJ did get me a
Yeah,
laugh.
Yeah.
that was a good bit.
I feel like they might have the visual gags.
Yeah.
They might have that, and if they have that, they have most of Naked
Yeah.
Gun.
Also,
Liam Neeson
I
has
would
a lot of
trust
depth to
Akiva
his
Schaffer.
acting chops. Yeah.
I think
Liam
Liam
Neeson's
Neeson
a
can
good
do
actor.
funny.
Like people, like they talk about him coming in as a little girl, whatever. But like the beginning of Naked Gun is him literally beating up everybody in the Middle East
Yeah.
in like one of the goofiest, stupid things. Like it's. I think it's. I don't know.
There's so many like sight gags in the original that are obviously just non sequiturs and don't fit, like are unrealistic. Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, they're great.
Doesn't bother me.
Nice
Like,
beaver.
isn't it 33 1/3? Like the entire intro sequence is a reference to Untouchables. I wonder how much of it is going to be referential to current movie culture, or the movies of today. The way
You know,
that
if they
those
do
Naked
that,
Gun
I
movies
think that
were.
will. I think that would be better than them just trying to bank on nostalgia, because that's ultimately what Naked Gun movies were.
They were a reflection of what was popular at the time, and like just thumbing your nose at popular movies at the time.
You know, I think my favorite bit in any of those movies was in the second one. I think it was when he's having dinner with Priscilla, and she goes to slap him. He catches her hand. She goes to slap him with the other hand. He catches her second hand, and then the third hand comes up from beneath the table and slaps him from below.
But my mom was always like very insistent that you don't understand. Like that man was a serious actor until he did Airplane. Like people considered him a dramatic actor, even though later in his life he became best known for his comedy roles.
I was gonna say, what was that Riff Tracks movie where they go into the wild and he tries to rape the lady and wants to fight a bear shirtless? Harvey, do you remember that one?
I don't remember that one. You've
It's a
probably
really-
watched more of Riff Tracks' like.
It's a really good one. Leslie Nielsen plays this guy that just goes fucking crazy in the wilderness, and then
The Jets have won.
He tries to fight a bear.
Great.
The Jets won. Okay, Canada won. Canadian, how do you feel about the Jets winning?
When you're a jet till the jet of your jet does a jet. I think that's
It was called Grizzly.
great.
Is Vancouver still in the playoffs?
No.
All right,
I don't
cool,
even
cool.
think
Then
they made the
Vancouver
playoffs,
might
right?
not burn to the ground.
Is Vancouver aware that? Oh wow, the Warriors also killed the Rockets. Is Vancouver aware that they have the best MLS team in the league right now?
Do they?
Yes.
I'm sorry, it's not Grizzly. That's another bear-related Riff Tracks movie. It was Day of the Animals.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't watched as
really
many
good
of those as you have, probably.
There's some.
Animal disaster movies or like Jaws ripoffs are also in their own little niche category. That, like, I think of Orca.
I think my favorite genre of mystery science theater is like badly dubbed over foreign films.
Oh, man, I really love Italian Hercules. So
I love all of the shitty Italian Hercules movies.
The Brides of Hercules and stuff.
Yeah,
man,
like
those are
especially the
good.
ones with Steve Reeves, because that man is just a square. That man is just an oiled torso.
They wanted to shape for that role, and they did not care if they could or could
They
not act.
did not care if the man could act.
Even though he is poorly dubbed, you can tell if I was listening to this or watching this in Italian,
Yes.
this would still be bad.
And understood Italian.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing is All right, let's see.
Yeah, you still have a lot of this level to go.
Yeah.
I'm looking at all the next levels, and it's a lot of like, oh yeah, I remember liking that level and that level and that. Oh yep, okay. You're just in the rough part.
Oh, you can climb the fucking books, of course.
There's some good levels ahead of you.
Well, I got the green statue, so it was all worth it.
Did you get the gold?
I did get the gold
for the
statue.
30 seconds. For the 30 seconds I spent looking at what people had to say about this game, it seems like the latter half is way better.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna save here. These enemies can't handle the power of my strafe.
It's the ultimate technique. It works in every game, almost.
Okay, now I got the plunger for the TNT.
Thank you, nameless dead Italian.
That's what they said when the Italian unification wars ended. Sir, you are shooting me through this door.
Hard to program shooting sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
Friendly reminder, guys. I just got the pop-up. If you don't migrate your Skype contacts to Teams, you're going to be gone forever.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Imagine how much did Microsoft spend on Skype? How many billions of dollars?
Much.
Oh
Okay,
boy.
so the actual truth is that Teams is Skype. Like
They just basically
a lot
took
of
it
that
back
stuff.
and turned it into Teams.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I disagree
And-
because
and
Teams
it-
is ass.
Okay, but that's not all.
That's not the point.
Teams is bad Skype, but also Teams is every time you make a new Teams channel, and this matters way more for administration than like personal use. It makes a new SharePoint channel.
Okay, then why? Okay, I get that, but why does the corporate world, and even in public education where I'm from, why Teams? Why is everyone using Teams despite the fact
Because
that everyone hates
Microsoft
it?
gives you huge enterprise discounts, and you're already using Office.
The people paying the bills are like, "Oh, this is just included. We can just use it."
Didn't they get sued by the European Union to stop including teams in the bundles, though? I thought that happened. Was it teams or something else? EU.
It might have been something else, but teams.
It's hard to suggest that they can't include it because there's so many free
Teams is absolutely part of. Teams is absolutely part of enterprise level Office 365 license packages.
Yeah, so the EU says that it represents an antitrust violations and they had to debundle it in the European Union. Okay, whatever. So can we get that in here? So
but even if you debundle it, it still winds up being a thing that on paper.
I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Like it still winds up being a pretty good thing on paper to invest in, because it promises a lot of integrations with Outlook and other Office products, which you're almost certainly using. Like there are absolutely corporations out there that are like focused on Google Docs or something else, but the vast majority of them are already using Teams. There's a lot of meetings happening in Teams. I mean, a lot. Like, despite the troubles in administering it and in using it, it makes a lot of sense to have it because you're going to come across it no matter what.
I got the Uzis.
So you might as well just fucking use Teams.
Yeah, but what if every time Teams started, it was a coin flip whether or not it would crash?
I haven't had that problem.
It's not that I've never had Teams crash. It's just like A, the quality of it, B, latency, and then no likey. Look, man, as someone who's got, and I realize it's not perfect, but as someone who had to use Zoom for like an entire year, Zoom isn't perfect, but boy howdy is it better than Teams.
I don't
know what's really bad?
Teams is the one that's going to be like used often because Microsoft has a lot of weight to throw around.
Oh, yeah. So Microsoft got around this so they debundled it, yes, but they're still saying, hey, remember Teams? You can get it on our website for absolutely free. If you click this link, we'll download it automatically for you for free. We're not going to charge, of course. Of course, that's how they did it. That's how they handled the whole US versus Microsoft shit. Internet Explorer, too.
More like Internet Exploder. More like I'm edging.
No.
Oh boy.
No, like not even no.
This browser. Sir, I literally was in mid-animation and you were shooting at me.
Crack shot.
I mean, haven't you shot enemies in mid-animation before?
Yeah, but I'm the protagonist.
Okay, well, maybe he's tired of not being promoted to protagonist.
He should have figured that out before he didn't have big boobs. And was British.
Wait, is it because he's British or because he's
No,
not
it's because
British?
he's not British and doesn't have big boobs.
Alright, fair enough. I guess he would be Italian, wouldn't he?
Yeah. There we go.
Anyway, I don't actually hate Teams as much as some people do, weirdly enough.
Oh, now we're in video game.
But I bet so I had a Team subscription so I could call like the people that I know in America here, specifically like family and whatnot. So
Wait, you don't use WhatsApp?
Listen,
He said he's got to call people in America. How many Americans
I gotta
use
call
The ones who have foreign relatives?
Nah.
Didn't WhatsApp get in trouble for basically being malware?
I mean, WhatsApp got bought by Facebook, so yes.
Anyways, I was essentially paying something like $30 a year to have like a U.S. phone number with Skype. I'm pretty sure that's just gone now.
So have you? Okay, so I don't know the intricacies of this because I don't talk to people outside of the country very often, except on Discord. What about a Google Voice number? I brought this up before.
They don't let me buy a Google Voice number in Canada. See, I used to use Hangouts Dialer, which was free. It just let me call any number in US or Canada, but then they ended that. And then they said, use Google Voice. And then I went to Google Voice, and it's like, yeah, sorry, not available in Canada.
Could you VPN to a place in the US?
It says here that it's available in Canada, so maybe not your area?
Yeah, but don't you have to pay for Google Voice?
No, Google Voice is free. You don't get to keep the number all the time. Like, it only works for a little while.
So that was the thing about Hangouts Dialer, is that it would just use my number whenever I called somebody. And if they called me, Hangouts Dialer would usually pick it up too.
I mean, Google.
I mean, the thing with the Skype was I just straight up had a number that if someone called the number, my Skype would start ringing.
Google does know how to manage telecommunications well because, hey, you kind of need to when you're trying to sell phones that people actually want. Like, every person that I've heard that has a Pixel loves it, almost to a cultish degree, but I feel like, you know, if you're going to pay that much money for a phone these days...
I'm not sure Google knows how to manage anything other than a search engine and Android.
Yeah, but that's
What are you talking about? Stadia is huge, Justin.
Yeah.
We're all playing. I'm playing this video game on my Stadia right now.
And they also love Google Hangouts.
Yeah, I love Google Hangouts and Google Blogs and
I was a huge diehard supporter of Google Plus.
Google Plus.
I had some people in my circles in Google Plus.
Google Glass.
Google Plus was awful.
Yeah, Google Glass.
I straight up like saw people on Google Plus just talking about how depressed they were and saying things like, I could post on Google Plus and no one will bother me because no one's on here. And it's like,
I can write sad things in my diary.
My Google Plus diary.
My Google Plus diary.
Ugh,
Apparently Google Plus was huge in Brazil.
We'll have to press Zeto about that.
The Sega Master System of social media.
Yeah.
Again, it seems like, while I know that those phones are good, it seems like the Pixel phones don't actually sell all that incredibly well.
Well, I'll say this. They sure did a lot of co-marketing with Wicked.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I saw there were like 3 of those ads before the film.
But I don't know if you guys have... Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I don't know if you guys have been in the market of looking at modern phones today, but boy, the amount of AI stuff they have crammed into literally every single modern phone is a depression factor. They all have like phones now.
Yep.
I mean, I've had a Samsung phone for a while and it's had an AI button.
Yeah,
you can change what the Bixby button does though.
Yeah, the Bixby button has always been like shitty.
I just yell at my phone for comedic purposes.
Mm-hmm. I actually have to buy, like, my phone is old enough at this point where it's gonna stop getting updates pretty like next year, which is unfortunate because it's still fast enough to do everything I needed to.
Yeah, it's a shame too because XDA used to be like great for that. You could find like someone who was doing some sort of like open source thing for your phone that had security updates, but now like XDA developers kind of like fall to the wayside.
Nah, I'm not gonna mess with any of that. I'm just gonna buy a new one, I guess, despite this one being perfectly functional.
Samsung has also been pretty good about like maintaining phones for a while. This A32 5G has 6 years of support, and I think I got 3 or 4 into it, so I've got another year at least.
Which phone do you have? The
32, A32 5G.
No,
I have an iPhone.
I have the S21 Ultra, so I spent some money on this fucker, and I would like it to last because it's still plenty fast. But
I'm still
Yeah,
just straight up using my Note 9.
I feel like phones just aren't built to last anymore.
Oh no, they aren't.
no, like the problem again, like this phone, it would last. Like it's not a hardware problem, and it's not like it's not a technology problem. It's they're just gonna stop updating it. So if I want to maintain security, and as someone in IT, I need to maintain security.
Yeah, you're kind of like
buy a new one. If my phone got hacked, someone somewhere would have lots of access to lots of things for a lot of people in my immediate area. So it's not a question. I've got to buy a new phone.
But to get to your point, Rio, I think that the problem is, and again, this is a weird thing that my dad knows a lot of, is like, yo, what you need on that phone is the technology for those sensors and all of our chips that we fit on these little like cell phone boards. We have not been able to like follow the demand of what people expect out of phones as quickly as the technology for like super chips for
Boo!
For phones.
I mean, that's
hard.
kind of the
glass everywhere.
Broken glass,
Jesus
broken
Christ.
glass, broken glass, broken glass.
I mean, that's the big problem, isn't it? Like we've kind of reached a point where
your phone is basically a computer. Yeah.
I mean, it's basically a computer, but like the technology is about as good as it's gonna get until we get like some kind of big breakthrough.
Yeah, no, technology is boring now. God hates us.
I mean, the best hope is either, Intel keeps saying that they can bring the nanometers down, and then also ARM says that we can actually get the power consumption problem better.
Yeah, like that'll be cool.
Does ARM have a power consumption problem?
I mean, you want a smartphone? Yes.
On a phone, yeah. Like the problem with phones is like getting them to go any faster than they are is difficult because like you can only fit so much in such a small space.
Yeah, but do they need to go faster?
It's kind of a miracle that they work as well as they do anyway. But I don't need mine to go faster.
The cost of like, again, I think that I don't think we here have forgotten this, but yo, phones, the quality of actually doing phone call conversations dropped due to this whole smartphone stuff. Call quality for cell phones was great until smartphones like prioritized different parts of the design over the quality of the thing that it was originally supposed to do.
And you can still get flip phones. They will sell them to you.
I will say this. Foldable phones apparently have gotten a lot better after like those first couple of them.
Again,
I still don't know if I want one.
I just have an iPhone.
Like my two-factor stuff has to work, among other things. So
do any of them have headphone jacks anymore? Or did Apple ruin a good thing?
You can find them.
I'm sure you could find one with a headphone jack.
That's the main reason why I haven't gotten anything past the S9. I like straight up bought the S9 because it's like, okay, or sorry, the Note 9, whatever the fuck. Because I needed the stylus functionality for work, and it had a headphone jack. And honestly, it runs just fine. I have no issues with it.
I saw a foldable, and I considered like I would like to buy a foldable, and I thought about it for a bit, and then I was like, that's a lot of cash. So Braden, can you drop down there and shoot that window out?
Yes.
And then jump like to the right or left?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Is that what you were planning on doing anyway?
Yes.
Nope. He's gonna get cut by glass instead.
This might be something we have to do, like a weird roll or something. Or just walk. Yes.
Just walk over it.
He has good health care.
Okay, that's not the way to go. Okay, Lara does not like walking on broken glass.
You could just run to the left and make it through.
Honestly, that's fair.
I bet you could just. Don't jump. Just keep running.
Are you saying you could walk through the glass? Yeah, lets you walk through the glass. That's weird.
I'll say this.
Says you can just walk.
This game is definitely a lot more... Clav, don't tell me what to do! Thank you for your tip, Clav.
Glav, tell him what to do.
No, Glav's been going through all of these games recently. Which one are you on now, Glav? 4 or 5? Tomb Raider Chronicles or Tomb Raider The Last Revelation? Or Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness?
God, Angel of Darkness. So you said you did check out the fan patch that tries to make Angel of Darkness available?
One of my ideas with Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness is, yeah, I want to do a direct compare and contrast between Aspire's attempt to fix that game and the fan patch attempt to fix that game. Because
glad I made the right decision skipping 3.
Is 3 generally considered a bad game?
It probably has the most, I think, most confusing level designs.
Oh, okay. This is very Mario.
Yeah, that's the secret.
Does he own this opera house, Mario?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mario Bartoli.
Shooting that guy
what the fuck?
Sliding down backwards. Oh.
Yeah, the combat in these games has always been clunky, and like if you can't circle jump around things, it gets a little bit weird.
Unfortunately.
But also these floating platforms that basically collapse after you walk on them is kind of goofy.
That's the Mario thing that I said. That's why I was saying it's basically Mario because those platforms fall apart.
There we go.
But yeah, I know we've joked about it, but that first Tomb Raider movie is maybe like a very good guilty pleasure movie just because it is just perfect 90s energy.
It's schlock, but from what I remember of it, it's fairly well-paced schlock.
It's fun
schlock. Right the time it needs to.
It's also, it has everything to like communicate that late 90s, we think the millennium is gonna be this breakthrough of technology and science, and the way it represents like futuristic ideals is real good. And also the CG, holy shit.
I mean, that movie literally ends with her running up a golden pyramid and getting the MacGuffin.
Well, no, I mean, it's not, in terms of bad CG, it's no Lawnmower Man. But what is?
And then, of course, the second one, which that movie's just...
I know I've seen the second one. I remember almost nothing about it.
The only thing I remember about it was something that I remember because of Tang.
Like, was it actually that bad, or
what? I'm pretty sure it was bad. They did not.
I mean, yeah, they're both bad, but like at least the first one is like entertaining.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about
no, that's just a trap. There's nothing in here. There wasn't even a secret.
Truly.
They have at least 3 of these in every opera house in Italy.
Yeah.
Just glass, just rooms full of glass.
But
Yeah,
only
you
one
gotta watch out.
in any opera house in Sicily.
Yeah.
Cultural difference.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I'll talk to you.
All right, you have a good one.
See ya.
See you, Dustin. Alright. It's pretty late for him.
Yeah. Oh, more thugs.
The thing with the first Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider movie is, like, it's still probably the best film of that style this millennium.
I mean, my dad liked that movie.
It's competing, so there's, like, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Okay, so look, that Prince of Persia movie is
Fine.
not good, but it is not terrible. It is.
It's not.
It is
great,
a popcorn flick.
but it has Alfred Molina in it, having a lot of fun.
It was the highest-grossing video game film until Warcraft got saved by China.
And then
Yeah,
Mario
really, the
came
biggest
out.
issue with that Prince of Persia movie is we're supposed to believe that Jake Gyllenhaal is Iranian.
You know, that's just Disney.
You know, is that as bad as, say, the 13th Warrior, where Antonio Banderas is a Arabian? Because that's a racist film. Boy. God, I need to see if I can do a watch party for the 13th Warrior, because... Oh, boy. Apparently, everything has a cult following, but... Ugh.
Oh, it's based. It's based off a Crichton novel, so that's like reaching
Yeah.
new levels of racism. How much money did that Michael Fassbender Assassin's Creed movie actually make?
Not very much.
Didn't make a lot, and again, like, the whole backstory is that Fassbender and the director for that movie had to make it because that was the only way they could make their Macbeth movie.
Yeah. Very much a one for you, one for me setup.
So they did that Macbeth movie, and they loved it, and the only way they could get that greenlit is if they would contractually agree to do an Assassin's Creed movie.
The worst part is, I think
Bad.
conceptually, Michael Fassbender as an Assassin's Creed makes sense.
As the Assassin's Creed?
Yes, as the Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed himself.
But yeah, it's abundantly clear, like, they did not. No one involved in that movie. Because Marion Cotillard is also in that movie. And no one gives a fuck. Based on the clips I have seen. Because Lord knows I'm not going to watch it.
Until Joku streams it.
Until Joku streams it.
So what was the word on that Until Dawn movie? Was it
I heard it was
bad or
okay.
good? Okay.
It seems like
I'm pretty sure it's bombing.
all movies bomb now. Unless they're Sinners, apparently. Sinners, the one movie that people.
I'm going to assume that. So I know that the Minecraft movie made a crap ton of money, and of course it was always going to make a crap ton of money. But did that So I know, and then I also know that Sonic movie. I'm trying to think. What was the other movie that came out that was based on a franchise? Uncharted. Did that Uncharted movie make money?
Sort of.
Sort of.
They were gonna do another one because Tom Holland. If you have Tom Holland signed as your lead, you might as well try again. But
I mean, I know that movie was basically in development hell forever, and then also when they were finally going to get serious about making it, then COVID happened.
When I think of Sully, I think of Marky Mark.
I mean, he was going to be Nathan Drake at one point. That was who he was. He was originally going to be the guy who played Nathan Drake.
It's just got the guy that plays Sully.
As of 2024, Tom Holland Uncharted 2 is happening in some capacity.
Which is very funny because he was very open about being like, oh, they made me do stunts and it was so much harder than being a CG. Also, here's where I
jump off the building.
Here's where I get very mean about Tom Holland, and I'm sorry to all of the women listening to this podcast.
The Hollandazers.
Yeah, the Hollandaise. Tom Holland is not a good leading man.
No, not really.
He and it's not just because his agents keep picking the worst projects for him. I just think Tom Holland does not have the charisma and the range necessary to be a good leading man.
I don't know about his range. Well, we need to wait for his balls to drop for that, but...
Yeah. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
That's where somebody tells me that Tom Holland is actually like 34 years old.
No, he's he's my sister's age. He's like 30.
Alright, okay, so he's 30.
And he
Timothée Chalamet has him beat in like the twink lead department.
Yeah, but the difference is Timothée Chalamet can actually act.
Oh yeah, but Timothée Chalamet's like, I'm gonna start a galactic genocide. You believe it?
Yeah, when Timothée Chalamet says I'm gonna be Bob Dylan.
Then you roll your eyes and go, oh.
And you go, okay, and then he's like, and I sang all the songs myself, and you're like, okay, good for you, man. I guess you really do want that Oscar. And then he didn't get it.
He got the SAG award though.
Yeah. Now I'm just thinking about...
Did any of you guys see The Brutalist?
No.
It actually is really
good. It's really good.
I don't doubt you.
I even went to see it in the movie theaters. It's worth it. Very long.
It has an intermission.
Sad movies about Adrian Brody playing a Holocaust survivor and that he wins an Oscar for?
Did he actually win an Oscar?
Yeah, he won for The Pianist.
Yeah.
And then he won for this. That's my joke.
You're never gonna see it. Like there's the defining scene of The Brutalist. I can post in the Discord if you're interested.
I might. Here's the thing. As I've said before, I will occasionally watch movies out of spite. Entirely, so I can be like, haha, I'm cultured. I watched a movie. I saw the TV glow. I'm hip with the kids. Boy, that movie's an unsubtle allegory.
Yes, millennials have strong feelings about Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
And maybe gender, I don't know, but mostly Joss Whedon.
Yeah, it's boy, millennials. I don't know. Do the Gen Zs, do they attach as much faith to their childhood media properties as we do?
I mean, they just turned Minecraft into $1 billion movie.
But the thing about Minecraft though is it's not just Gen Z; it's everyone. Minecraft is universal.
Nah, I mean, yeah, but like, there's like being really into Minecraft. Like, I feel like that's like the people.
Yes, being into Minecraft is for people 5 years younger than us, or 10 years younger than us, or 20 years younger than us.
I thought really being into Andrew Tate was for those 10 years younger than us.
No, that's 15 years younger than us.
Did you watch Adolescence, Relkin?
I watched what?
Adolescence?
Adolescence?
Adolescence.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I understand that's a fun, light mini-series about
kids getting really into Andrew Tate.
Kids getting really into the manosphere.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't need to see more stuff about kids. I was a kid.
I don't feel the need to watch Adolescence and feel sad. Because, you know, listen, I know people, right? I have relatives. I know. I don't need that. I don't think any of them are super incel necessarily, but
I do have a couple of cousins whose dad is a fucking wacko and have slowly but surely been going a bad way. It's been sad. They were like 10 years younger than me. Ugh. So I don't need to be reminded of this shit in media.
Also, it's British. That's the other thing about Adolescence.
Oh, so there's no possible way I could relate to it then.
Yeah, because you see this child, this little boy, this little laddie.
About somebody saying Fanny.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, you're a right Fanny, you are."
And people just keep saying cunt over and over and over.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's if they were Australian.
Yeah, if they were Australian, which I don't know. I don't know if there are children in Australia.
Nope, not a single one.
I think, as far as I know,
penal colony. I thought it was.
Yeah, like it's where they sent their prisoners. Most of the people I know from Australia are very nice. And I like them as people. However, they're also
weird. Behind you right now?
No, they're all waking up right now.
Time zones, they're weird.
Yeah.
Australia might as well be the moon.
Yeah, listen, I'll say it again. The number of people in the now unofficial Giant Bomb Discord from Australia who are also just wonderful weirdos. There are multiple of them. Also, yeah, that Discord's unofficial again.
They're now unofficial.
Yeah, they basically Bacalar just handed the keys back. So fandom doesn't have any control over that Discord in any sense now.
I was very glad to see that Matt Rory has taken custody of Luchadeer.
Yeah, Matt Rory has Luchadeer.
Yeah. That's the thing that makes me like the happiest out of this entire endeavor.
Yeah, that happened when COVID happened, I think.
I think he wanted to see if Bacalar wanted Luchadeer, but I guess he probably doesn't.
Yeah.
It belongs with...
It belongs.
I like Bacalar, but...
It belongs with Matt Rory.
Belongs in a museum.
Which,
I mean, yeah, put it in the Smithsonian. Just shove it up somewhere.
Oh, I don't know, man. Maybe they won't have the money for it anymore.
What are you talking about? It's a great American patriot.
Wait till I get my Switch 2 games from my library. That'll totally be there.
Have you guys had any luck with your pre-orders of the Switch 2?
I mean, I got my night one
because I'll just wait like a little bit longer. Is my thing. I'm in no rush to buy hardware.
Yeah,
I haven't played the Switch 1.
Ruckton, want me to sell you my Switch 1?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
There's this thing called I already forgot what it's called. What was it called?
Piracy?
Razoo?
Yeah, but like the name of the emulator.
Pirates are. How long till they hack it? A day?
Knowing Nintendo security, like 2 weeks.
But also Nintendo will send armed goons to kill you.
Yeah, they will actually send goons. It's pretty funny.
They will kill you.
It's a proprietary NVIDIA chip. Does that make it take longer, or?
No. That makes it quicker.
Rio, didn't you say did you get a Switch 2 pre-order?
Yeah, I
that
did end up
successfully
getting
went
one
through?
actually.
You
Yeah.
did?
Best Buy.
Yep,
Oh,
I
you
also
went
got
through
mine from Best Buy.
Like, so was it like a nightmare? Because I heard horror stories.
I was very lucky. I only had to wait in a queue for like 10 minutes.
Oh God, you are very lucky.
Yeah, that was luckier than me. I actually got some from Walmart and they just canceled my order because fraud.
Oh, see, I've heard a lot of people say that happened to them, where it's like I waited for 3 hours and then they canceled.
So I was like, okay, what about Best Buy? And somehow I only got the regular one though. I didn't get the.
You didn't get the Mario Kart bundle?
savings. Yeah.
I mean,
but maybe I'll get it from Nintendo. I'll probably just cancel it then if I get that one from Nintendo. That's happening too.
Yeah.
Scalp it.
Yeah.
I
a lot of people are already putting those up on eBay.
I have strong feelings about scalping.
I mean, it sounds like this thing's not going to be that hard to get this year. Like they said they're printing. They said they have like they're planning on producing 6 million for this year, which would be the biggest launch year ever for any console, basically.
Yeah, it might not actually be that hard to get, actually. Everyone's just worried about it going up in price, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing is, one of the reasons why I got mine was just like this literally might be the cheapest it is, which is a really
everything just keeps going up.
The fact that a Series S is now going to be more expensive than a PS5 is bananas.
I mean, Microsoft doesn't give a crap anymore. Like they've raised the white flag.
Like if you want our hardware, you can still get it, but we do not care.
Yeah.
Apparently they don't. Crazy.
But now they're also now the largest video game publisher in the world, thanks to Call of Duty and everything else in Activision. They're consistently got multiple games in the top 10.
Yeah.
And now a $1 billion movie.
Yeah.
I mean, Sony is the only console manufacturer that hasn't been able to turn their property into a massive hit movie.
What are you talking about? Everyone loved Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
The game based on the movie.
Oh yeah.
The Last of Us.
That counts.
And also, yeah, the Last of Us.
That won like multiple awards too.
Last of Us is very.
They did
big.
make that Uncharted movie. I don't think it was very good.
I mean, you were all here on the Discord when I had my meltdown over another mainstream press outlet doing the whole maybe video games can be art thing,
no.
like unironically in current year. Okay. I'm gonna have to do a backflip.
My take on The Last of Us show season 2 is that all HBO shows become the same show.
Sure.
See, Last of Us 2 features a bunch of people living in a cold Arctic area where they're constantly worried about a siege from ice zombies.
As one does.
Yep. That just sounds like now.
Wyoming, yeah.
I mean, Jackson Hole's nice.
It is.
I think it's very funny. All the people who are like, "Oh no, I got spoiled on the Last of Us 2 season 2." It's like, what? Guys, like, really? You didn't know what was gonna happen?
Yeah, because normies
Normies don't play video games. I guess.
Normies don't play video games.
I forget who said this, but like the divide between people who were satisfied with the ending of the Fallout television show that didn't know anything about the video game compared to all of the people who watched the show and hated the ending because they played the games. That was an odd one. If you watched the show and have played the games, you know why people who played the games don't like the way that ended.
Yeah.
Never watched it.
I don't hate the way that once again, I do not know how
Yes.
I do not know how one could tolerate this game without the ability to save everywhere.
It was the 90s, and yes, you do, because you were in the 90s.
I was in the 90s. It's true.
Also, it's
in the 90s, I was on a famous TV show.
I was going to.
Generic 90s fun songs. Everyone's in flannel. Generic 90s fun songs.
Yeah, even most 90s.
Seattle.
It really just came down to you knew that there was probably going to be a save crystal halfway or at least a quarter of the way into the level that you were on, or there would be a checkpoint in the middle of the level. And it wasn't that big of a deal because as a kid,
you had patience.
It wasn't that I had patience. It was I played games in the arcade a lot. And I remember console games that didn't have freeform saving still feeling like they were more generous than arcade games that would literally kill you at the drop of a hat and then ask for a quarter.
Yeah, but they were doing it on purpose.
Yeah, but they were doing it on purpose, and console games felt more thoughtful in not always doing that.
Brayden, like, how many of the N64 games did you actually beat as a wee lad?
Okay.
I mean, that's the other thing. It's like you didn't
really
care.
I did not. I mean, I'm pretty sure I did not beat. I got to Gruntilda, but I don't think I beat Gruntilda until the XBLA version.
Bullshit.
Because that fight was hard, and I was a child.
Okay, you know which one I didn't beat? Goemon Mystical Ninja.
Yeah, I was the same thing.
I didn't beat. I beat Ocarina of Time when I was like 11.
Did you use a guide or?
I did not. Maybe I don't know. Like by that point, a lot of that stuff had been osmosis.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't beat.
I'm trying to think of like what was the
only
I didn't beat Majora's Mask until the 3DS version.
Yeah. So for all of you, what is the first game that you remember actually beating all the way? Even if it was like a campaign.
No
Pokemon?
idea.
Pokemon
Final Fantasy
Pokemon is probably up there.
Legends 3. So that was 3?
But yeah, Final Fantasy Legends 3. The one with the
Legends, right. Okay. Sorry, I thought you said
start off in the Battle Simulator.
Yeah, Saga 3.
That actually starts off in a Battle Simulator? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Which one is the one where the world is flooding? Is that one too?
Yes.
Okay.
And Saga 3 was not made by like Kawazu and his.
I think it might have been Final Fantasy Adventure
Saga. So it's like
it
normal.
Probably was Final Fantasy Adventure for me as a kid. Like that's.
I was told that
game.
apparently I did play Metroid 2: The Return of Samus through completion. I don't remember doing this. I did it years later, but apparently that was like the first game I played.
Return to Samus is weird.
Yeah, Pokemon definitely stands out as like that is a game I finished as a child.
I guess
because also as a kid, you're just fine starting shit over and over and over again, especially if you had ADHD and were undiagnosed.
And there are games though that like it doesn't feel like it's an end, so it's hard to say. It's like, where do you draw the line in something like Harvest Moon? It's like, is there an end to Pokemon Snap? I guess. Is there?
Yeah,
I assume this is
Pokemon
you take
Snapping
pictures of
Mew.
Mew.
Or don't they have a Pokédex in Snap?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Harvest
you
Moon
can
64 was a weird one, right? Because didn't at some point like somebody just came and it was like, "Hey, great job, you saved the farm," and then it just kept going.
Yeah, but that's
Oh,
literally all of them. I think. Even the Super Nintendo one, like, there's no end to it.
Yeah, like I mean, there's like a
mean,
credit. You can
wait.
get married and roll credits, but no, you just keep farm stocks go up.
You gotta
Yeah,
make
now
that
there's
second
a-
story, dude. You gotta do those dog races.
Dog races. Oh, damn.
Dog races.
I like.
There was a time where every console game I got, I would beat because it was like that's the one game I got a year, so I'd beat it.
Yeah, no, I definitely started beating more games when I had a GameCube.
It's absolutely once I started buying games myself when I started beating those games.
Brayden, you beat Sunshine as a kid, right?
No, I never beat Sunshine as a kid.
Did you? Have you ever beaten it? Like
No.
See, I've beaten Sunshine. I've never done the Dan Reichert thing of getting everything.
Of
No.
course not. That's like Sunshine. That's like masochism.
And all of those blue coin challenges fucking suck.
Blue coin challenges, the pachinko machine is a little overhated, but
The pachinko thing is overhated. I
Sandbird.
think the one where they did where it's the leaf down the water slide is
oh
actually
yeah,
the
that
worst
one
thing
is
ever.
where dreams go to
And
die.
then it's Sandbird and the Shadow Manta Ray were the ones that drove me crazy. Those are freaking hated.
No,
I gave up on the leaf down the water slide level.
Yeah, getting 120 shines might legit be harder than like doing those like stupid levels they have
I mean,
in the
that
new ones.
camera in that game really does suck that much. It really does.
I don't think the camera's the problem in that game. It's just a lot of really bad level design.
No long jump, man.
And let's talk about, you know, that time that he fell through the floor.
That was Dan.
Or was it Dan?
Yeah.
God,
I
Steal
remember
My
Dan
Sunshine, such a
pulling the
perfect,
red
immaculate
ball.
thing.
And then getting the red ball.
And then
Right.
they fucked it up with Burgled My Bananas.
Did you watch that thing all the way through? I couldn't.
It becomes unwatchable very quickly.
And so you have finished DK64.
I have finished DK64. I have not gotten all
Why?
all 201 bananas,
Because you don't hate yourself.
but I beat Jetpack.
That game is a nightmare.
I
It
beat
is.
I beat DK. Their like
So-
very janky, poorly emulated version of original Donkey Kong.
And even that final K. Rool fight's not.
I would say that's easily like the worst
Rare game.
Rare N64 game.
So
Does anyone
here's
have any
the
feelings
one
about
thing.
Death Wish Gemini?
I
Force Gemini's
never played
fine. It's got the same problem as all the other ones where there's too much dumb bullshit. in it.
I
Here,
I have Rare Replay right here.
the one positive thing you can say about Donkey Kong 64, because there is so much different stuff that just like leads to different like feedback loops or like progress, is because there's so many options, you can just speed through parts that you don't want to do. I love.
You only need 120 bananas. Only.
So much.
Like the parts of Donkey Kong 64 that I don't want to do is the entirety of Donkey Kong 64. I don't want to do any of it.
Cowardice.
Hey, listen, I got absolutely everything I could possibly get in.
Once again,
first
once
Banjo
my
Kazooie.
analog
And that was
3D ships, finally. You know, once... And definitely won't force me to pay like a fucking another $200 customs fee.
It's not funny.
It's not funny because it's gonna happen. I'm going to
And
I'm
your
going to
options
buy that
are
thing,
pay
and
it
then I'm going to have to
or-
pay another $200 for it.
Yeah, it's either pay that fee or it stays in the warehouse forever and you don't get it.
Yeah, I don't.
And
know
and
we
I
actually-
would like that thing. But once again, once I get that thing, I'm going to force you all to watch me play my childhood copy of DK64 on this FPGA monstrosity.
I mean, you're only hurting yourself.
He's hurting whoever sticks around to watch him too.
Yeah, but I could always just not pay attention.
Oh, banana. You will say.
You gotta say it with more enthusiasm.
Or on like a modern
Oh,
TV with
banana.
Yeah, there you go.
flat screen input lag.
Yeah, and then we get to the bosses where I still one of my favorite random things is when they put that game back out for the Wii U Virtual Console. They fixed some of the frame stuttering. But that has the tack-on effect of making parts of that game harder. Because it turns out a lot of certain parts of that game were programmed with the lag. They programmed with the lag being considered.
I
know Banjo Tooie on XBLA is like that, where the music doesn't sync properly because it has a real frame rate.
Yeah, Banjo 2's okay. Banjo 2's fine.
Did
Some
you beat that
of
as a
those
kid?
levels are just boring as shit, though. That dinosaur level is so big and so empty.
Like Kazooie, you have to backtrack like twice.
Banjo-Tooie is a game about backtracking.
Yeah, in
And
Kazooie,
some-
I don't think you necessarily need to backtrack. You could get almost anything you want in every level as soon as you reach it.
Yeah.
You
Well,
pretty much have to with the first one.
let me tell you about Yuka Replayly. Oh, I see. I can jump on the chandelier.
It's like Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'll play ukulele and go, huh?
I thought
Nope.
it's fine. I played through that.
Well,
Fine.
that's why I'm interested in seeing that re-release, because it seems like they are changing parts of that game.
I just can't get over how they put the quiz show like at the beginning of the game. Like, how am I supposed to know all this trivia? The game just started.
Because you were supposed to go back and do that later. Or
No,
something.
you can do it now.
Yeah.
That's the joke.
Just curious.
I am curious about Yuka Replayly. I guess is what I would say.
Yeah,
Because
like-
it seems like they're well, they changed that game's kind of bad level design. But the problem with Ukulele is that it has no sight lines, it has no like coherence, which is a problem.
Kind of just go places, that's for sure.
Yeah. You kind of just wander around until you run into a pagey. And also, it sounds like they're going to fix the controls and make them more responsive, which, Jesus Christ.
That's always a plus.
I definitely have, especially in picking it up and playing it as part of like Game Pass, come to the realizations like whenever I have the rare replay, I sure do only play like 3 games on that.
Hey man, I still like Conquer because
Yeah.
I am 14 at heart, and I like the part where they say British swears.
I
Conquer
prefer
has
the
some funny
Xbox
bits in
version
it.
of Conquer is the problem.
They have the right version of Conquer on Rare Replay.
I thought it was still the N64 version.
Yeah, it's the N64
It is.
version.
No,
That's
I
the
like
right
the
version.
Xbox version better.
You like the Xbox version? They censored all of the cussing.
I think it's funnier that way.
No, I like
I'm
it when they
trying
say
to think,
twat
like, what the
in
oldest-
British.
Like,
I love that weird
Jetpack, not
compressed
Lincoln,
audio.
Attack, Saberwolf.
Context sensitive?
Gunfire,
Context. Yeah, context sensitive.
People
Now
who say
I
they
understand.
Really like RC Pro Am are weirdos.
I'm a British guy doing an American.
I am the Great Mighty Pooh, and I'm gonna throw my shit at you.
Yeah, he sings a song about throwing his poop at you, and you're like, this ain't my daddy's Nintendo.
A great amount of tish comes from my chocolate
It's
starfish.
a coin flip for me. Looking at the, like, what's the actual oldest game on Real Replay I genuinely enjoy playing.
Isn't Cobra Triangle on that?
Is it Killer Instinct Gold? Am I really that like weird?
Some of their NES games. RC Pro-Am's fine.
Gold's totally fine.
RC Pro-Am is fine.
Oh, is Rock and Roll Racing on there, or is that a different?
It is. Yes. No, it is not. It's on the Blizzard thing.
Yeah, there's Cobra Triangle. There's Snake Rattle and Roll. Battletoads is fine if you have save states.
It's still Battletoads, dude.
Tough game.
God.
Battletoads on any sort of monitor that doesn't have a low response time is basically impossible.
I feel like.
Well, then you should consider
game
playing
like that,
Battletoads Arcade.
I'm good.
It's
What was that
fine.
mean?
Yeah, it's a beat 'em up. You can beat it in an hour.
It's like, what if they made
Done
the
finished
Simpsons
technically, I
arcade
think?
game, but it was Battletoads?
There's
I
like
think
yeah,
I forgot
Blast
how
Core,
popular that
Kazooie.
Simpsons arcade
Blast
game
Core is
got in the
neat.
90s.
Blast Core, playing Blast Core for the first time as an adult, you go, maybe they were trying, maybe some of these scenarios feel, more...
It's an interesting experiment.
Yeah.
Like, it's a highly experimental game where it's like, oh, you solve the problem of how many particles can we put on the screen and how much destruction mayhem can we do without the frame rate being bad. So, tip my hat to them.
It was also made
It's a
by,
lot
like,
of trial and error.
8 people, but it's also, like, yeah, a lot of, like, you are demanding more from, let's say, the control scheme of all of these vehicles than can be reasonably executed.
Well, see, that's why the rare replay version of Blast Core is actually good, is that
You don't have to use the N64 controller?
You don't have to use the N64 controller.
But I can use the N64 controller on my Switch with the N64 Nintendo Switch Online and this official Nintendo Switch Online controller I am holding right now, even though I don't have a webcam on.
Play more Mario Party.
Oh, Jesus. That map.
Ooh. So I learned that I doomed myself when we were playing that because I was going through the Elgato, and the old Elgato software doesn't work. You need to use the new one, and the new one has delay on it, whereas the old one did not. So, I mean, I was also tired. There was no way I was winning.
I mean, that computer...
I made it through it, which is a miracle.
That computer...
was destroying us?
Was destroying us. But yeah, I'm gonna blame input lag. Which, you know, will still be present even on my analog 3D.
And soon you can buy your very
Controller
own
wired?
controller.
I mean, if you are able to plug your
The Switch
Analog 3D
N64
into, like,
controller
your
is not
monitor,
wired.
That's got a decent response time. It shouldn't be too bad.
I think Sin
Why
and
don't you
Punishment
have,
is
like,
neat.
PRT hooked up for all the times you want to play N64 Mario Party.
Is what I would say there, Brayden.
I'm looking at the replay, rare replay. Viva Pinata might low key be like the best game on that.
Viva Pinata and Nuts and Bolts are both real good.
I still have a sealed copy of Viva Pinata.
That's worth like $10.
Yeah, I know.
Probably.
It's got not for resale on it. It came with the console.
Oh. I got my 360 with Marvel Ultimate Alliance and Forza 2.
I got a Top Spin game.
Top Spin.
Remember when games were packed in with consoles because they wanted you to buy them?
Yeah.
As opposed to
Like Mario Kart
consoles
costing extra when they come with the
costing extra when they came with games.
Yeah. Do you remember the first OG Xbox when they were like, "Oh no, we need to sell these"? And they
I got
gave
The
you,
Last of Us with my
Project
PS4,
Gotham,
and I never played
Jet
that
Radio,
game.
like want the game for free.
I
Fusion
think
Frenzy.
they packed in Halo with the Xbox.
This is before Halo existed.
I got.
Yeah, I think my my 360 came with the Simpsons game and Viva Pinata, and I didn't open either of them.
Okay, one of those games is better than the other.
Viva Pinata, yes.
I like that Simpsons game.
I mean, there's that bit where Will Wright is there as himself.
I think even beyond that, I think that game. Hey.
They got the voice actors.
You got the voice actors. Some of those levels are lovingly done. And the jokes are actually good, which is what you would want.
Yeah, which is a dice roll with modern Simpsons.
Those are around the same era as the movie.
It was a little after the movie.
I like the movie.
Yeah, the movie's good. And if they had ended it right there... Like, I know Mr. John Eyepatch Wolf put out a video being like, actually, the modern Simpsons is pretty good now. I don't believe him, because he's a man who just watches shonen anime and professional wrestling and therefore cannot be trusted.
Yep.
Maybe The Simpsons is just turned into a shonen anime. I can't confirm or deny this because I haven't watched The Simpsons.
I haven't, my knowledge of The Simpsons past, like, season 8 is perfunctory at best.
I have seen some pretty funny Simpson clips. I'm like, what episode is that from? It's like, oh, like season 19.
Yeah, I don't disbelieve the idea that good episodes of The Simpsons have been made past, I don't know, let's say the 1990s. I'm just saying, maybe it should have ended.
It's gonna.
Here's the question: what do they replace it with? They got nothing.
Well, the actual answer is it makes so much fucking money in syndication. They will keep going, and they will use AI versions of all of those voice actors.
Probably.
Because
they'll probably actually end it when
Dan Castellaneta or someone dies. Because what's his name? Harry Shearer has he's like retired from the show. And he's Ned Flanders.
Didn't they actually recast him?
No.
Yeah.
No, every time an actor's left or died, the character just stops speaking.
Yeah.
The teacher died.
Yeah,
her
the
voice actor died.
woman who played Krabappel.
And they killed her character off in the show.
After
she married to Ned Flanders. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then who's the obnoxious little kid? Not Ralph, the other one who's like really smart.
Yeah, Nelson. No,
smart kid.
Yeah, the one who's
the
like
smart kid that like gets wedgied and beat up and.
Yeah. My goodness.
His voice actress passed away, and
yeah.
he doesn't show up anymore. And then Apu doesn't show up anymore.
Yeah.
For other reasons.
Yeah, for other reasons, and Hank Azaria has been very out for saying why. He's been very open about saying why they stopped.
He's also like genuinely apologized.
Yeah. No, because Hank Azaria seems like a fairly stand-up individual.
Because Azaria's done a lot of really good, not a ton, but his few live-action roles in various things.
Have you seen Brockmire?
I have not. What is that?
That's the show that's the live-action show he has done within the last 10 years. Where he's like he's a sports commentator named Brockmire.
He's great in Gross Point Blank.
Yeah. No.
Really wonderful character in Mad About You.
Yeah, he's really good in Mystery Men.
Everyone loves him in Godzilla 98.
Heat.
Yeah.
He's in Heat?
Yeah, he's in fucking Heat.
Oh, right. She's got a big ass.
Well, he wasn't the one that said that. But...
That's the scene that I remember. Is when Pacino's like trying to get
it's
shit.
Kilmer's wife is cheating on Kilmer with Azari. Remember, they've both been taken into like custody, and he's come back, and she kind of waves him off from the balcony. He's fucking good.
Oh, a word?
Yeah,
He's
Heat's
so good.
a good movie.
Tell me Heat's a good movie. God,
What?
R.I.P.
It's a good
Val
movie,
Kilmer too.
impossible.
The way they did Val Kilmer for the most recent
Top Gun.
Top Gun.
was genuinely touching. Like, I thought that was beautiful.
I've heard good things about that.
Do you like it when
That
movies
movie
are
is-
big and dumb again, but in like a fun way and not in like a Marvel way?
Do you like
I'm
Tom
looking forward.
Cruise?
How do you feel about Tom?
Who has
As
all
an
the
actor,
charisma
yes.
that you
As
will
a
have in your entire
person,
life.
I will happily watch Tom Cruise run again.
This month?
No problem.
Probably fall out of a plane. Who knows?
I think he jumps off an aircraft carrier into the ocean.
He's gonna fly a biplane into another biplane and jump off it. As opposed
That'd
to
be a
Mission
pretty good way
Impossible,
for
he
him
has a
to
helicopter
die.
fight with Superman.
Yeah. It's gonna be good.
And it's not gonna be the last one because now he needs to win an Oscar.
Has Tom Cruise never won an Oscar?
No.
No, it's
He-
like a.
He got
He
nominated for
deserved.
Magnolia.
Okay. He deserved, like, maybe. I would say
He'll get a
maybe he
Lifetime Achievement
deserved
Award.
a nod for at least Collateral. Because he is so
He
good in that
deserved it for
movie.
Collateral.
He
I really
like,
hope that much like Hugh Grant,
Yeah.
that as Tom Cruise gets older and is no longer able
And
to
can no
do the
longer
thing he's been
be
doing,
leading man.
yes,
in the same
maybe
way.
he actually starts going back to being a good actor again. Because boy, when that guy wants to be a hell of a good actor, he sure can be.
I mean, he's a good actor in those action movies he's in.
He's good at
Sure,
playing
but
Tom
he's
Cruise.
played the same character he's been playing for.
Yeah, he plays Tom Cruise.
That first Reacher movie he did was good.
Or like, I guess like Edge of Tomorrow is probably his best acting in terms of playing.
It's a good movie. I'm
Yeah.
glad they didn't make a sequel to that.
I'm gonna hit the bed.
All
Good
right,
night.
have a good one.
Good
Here
night.
we
everyone.
go.
Thank you for hanging out.
I will call it when I'm done with
Yeah.
this fucking level. I'll
Good
say
luck.
this:
Out of Italy.
this game, like, immediately more intricate.
Oh yeah. It's okay. You have a lot of good levels out of it.
All
It's just
almost to a certain degree, though.
Which, yeah, it might be a problem, but
I mean, every PlayStation trilogy follows the same pattern where like proof of concept first game, more realized second game.
third game
guess the third-
where it's a bunch of gimmick levels.
Oh, Spyro trilogy. I mean, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the
That
Crash
falls.
trilogy.
What was Crash?
The Resident Evil trilogy. It's not. The Tomb Raider, Tomb Raiders, they did two more.
Oh, there's a guy with guns
You got dogged.
and dog.
Son, you got dogged.
Remember when you got 3 games in a series on one console?
Yeah,
A sequel within like 2 years. Yeah. Weird.
yeah. Remember when video games only took like a year to make?
You know, apparently a lot of that was crunch, so...
But also the part where these video games were made by like 6 people.
6 people, and they needed assets at like 240p for late 90s
You got
CRT.
so much great pixel art though.
With Tomb Raider, I mean, I'm going to take a gander that there's some pretty serious asset reuse.
Really? I mean, it's yeah, probably.
Oh yeah, no. Let's be clear here. Tom Cruise is probably a horrible person by virtue of his connection to the Church of Scientology and the part where he seems like a weird man.
Chase me.
But on the other hand, he does have the power of OT7, and he is the chosen herald of Elrond.
It seems like none of his actress co-stars have said bad things about him.
Yeah.
No, apparently he is a hell of a professional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like very...
Personally, he's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like everyone who's worked with him has said that he's a great dude.
I think a lot about Seth Rogen showing Tom Cruise that you can find porn on the internet.
Hey, sure. On that note, I need to call it a night because I got.
All right.
Do that night, Yatsu.
Night, Yatsu.
Don't mind me. I'm.
Have I told you? Look, we've had so many conversations on Twitch and in Discord like this so many times that I forget which stories I've told you guys or not. This apartment that I moved into, clearly the person who lived here left the Church of Scientology on, let's say,
Less than great terms.
And I've been getting these letters. And,
yeah, I'm sure they're really good letters.
The amount of them is the shocking part, but I guess not so shocking.
I read Going Clear. I know what they do to people who leave.
Like, of all the, like, pop reality television show faux documentary series, like, Going Clear and, like, Remini is her name? I forget. She actually, I feel like, is trying to do something.
Yeah, Leia Remini. Yeah.
Yeah, Leia Remini.
I mean, Sherry Miscavige.
Is there a twinge of, like, reality television show bullshit? Yes. But it does seem like she's trying to, like, offer a cautionary tale about the Church of Scientology.
They're gonna keep Sherry Miscavige on that boat until she dies. She's not dead already.
Sure, listen, she's definitely alive. No one's seen her in 20 years, but she's definitely alive. And if you ask too many questions, we will sue you. Anyway, I got a grenade launcher now.
Can you jump with it?
No. Yeah, The thing about Scientology is, like, it's the right combination of ridiculous and also menacing. But also, like, I don't know. Unless you live in, let's say, the more Hollywood parts of California, I feel like...
Oh, yeah. In SoCal, you have to treat Scientologists like a normal religion.
Yeah.
I mean, look. Yes, but also, like, it's the okay, I'm not gonna say something super controversial. Weird, like, tech bro culture, and then also weird, like, hippie culture, like modern hippie culture, is not too far removed, or as far removed.
Fully
from
believe that. I fully believe that.
Like, that's what I would just say.
I would fully believe that.
The one thing I would offer as, like, a rebuttal to that.
I do not disagree, because know what thing ties all three of those together, Chris?
What?
The state of California. You godless motherfuckers have been running America for too long with your woke ideas.
We haven't had a Californian president since Reagan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your people like breaking ratings.
My people like Trump now because they've fully given in to the culture war.
Well,
Yeah.
Isn't there like a Mormon resistance?
Oh sure.
Resistance
but it's one of those things where like the rank and file, like the people still going to church. They're
on board.
They're on board. They might be like, I don't like how he says it, but I do think we should.
They're fascist.
I do think we should, detain people without permission and.
Yeah, fascism.
Yeah.
They're not hurting the right people.
They're not hurting the right people.
Fuck them.
Because, well, listen, yeah, I could be here for another 6 hours talking about, let's say, the Mormon victimhood complex, despite the fact that Mormons are well off and, Tomb Raider's happening.
Is there room in America for Mormons' victimhood complex with Christianity's victimhood complex?
Well, we're aligned on the same side for now.
Okay.
Until, the evangelicals fully get power and then finally decide to, ban Mormonism, because evangelicals fucking hate Mormons.
I'm the one who actually lives there.
Yeah.
Or here.
Yeah.
It's just a gut feeling.
By the way, congratulations, Ray.
I did it. I beat the Italy level.
Proud of you, buddy. I can't wait till you get to the wreck of the Maria Doria.
Yeah.
Although I think that's like 4 or 5 more levels ahead.
The gut, Fabio. It's no more direction than a simple through and out. Honest. When my father left when I was a boy, he confided to me that he was enlightened, echoed by something greater than impulse. He possessed the Seraph, but he was just a disciple in this design. His death, plotting a path to be sought by the One, his son. You understand? Have faith, Fabio. Not gut rot. We are searching the right place.
I know it. I believe it, Marco.
Good. Heroes, have you fixed that rail yet?
Ah, Mr. Croft. Now we have a CG.
Oh, that water.
I love CGs.
Was there a Splinter Cell on a offshore platform?
Yes. I think there might be multiple Splinter Cell levels on derelict oil platforms.
Yeah, it might be the first and Pandora tomorrow.
Alright. That'll be it for me. It only took me almost 2.5 hours to finish 2 levels of Tomb Raider 2.
That's progress.
That's progress. I think I respect these games. I think I'm having a good time, even though parts of these games have aged as well as video games from 1997 and 1998 one could expect.
I think you're also going into it with the right mindset of being willing to recognize why we don't have these certain structures anymore, but also understanding that it was a time.
It was a time.
And also, it was not like the competition had solved all of these problems.
No. Either. I mean, when I played Mario 64 during the pandemic, it's not like that game is without sin. Okay.
Rainbow Road is where dreams go to die.
Once you get to Once you get to those last couple levels, boy howdy, their idea of adding difficulty was, what if there were just bottomless pits everywhere? Alright. Thank you very much for watching. No one else is streaming. Good night.
Have a good night.